see like tons of kids all around campus playing pickup games, whether it's just because everybody's got like a football lying around in their dorm, or you can go to the local sports store, buy a baseball, it's pretty cheap, but $1,500 worth of Scottish granite, which you can see here, is a little bit harder to find, and that's what you need for the sport of curling. I initially became interested in curling because I grew up watching the Olympics with my family, and when I first saw it I was really confused and really had no idea what it was, but as I learned more about it I kind of got to appreciate it more. So I'm here to tell you guys a little bit about it, and just in case you're unfamiliar with it, here is a little clip to maybe jog your memory.
Most difficult attempt, trying to come in off a stone on the outside, trying to get the roll to the stone at the button. They're working on it frantically. There's the contact, there's the roll, she made
it! So although it may be unfamiliar to a lot of people, actually according to the U.S. Curling Association, it was first documented in the 1500s in Scotland and Holland, came to the United States in the 1800s, and eventually became an Olympic sport in 1924. And although like shows like Saturday Night Live and Jay Leno kind of like to poke fun at the sport, curlers actually welcome any talk because they want to like get their sport out there, they want it to become more popular. And even though you might not think, to like buy tickets to a curling event on the weekend, it is becoming more popular. And according to the Southwest Booster newspaper, a reported 52,305 people actually attended the women's championships just a couple weeks ago. And Eve Muirhead, who's an Olympic curler, said that the atmosphere was phenomenal. The official Olympic movement refers to the sport as chess on ice, and that's because it is a really mental game and you're always trying to outwit your opponent and anticipate their next move. And Alan Schmaltz, who's the director of Curl San Diego, said he likes the sport because of that reason, because of the high skill level required. And he said that you rarely see anyone win because of luck, which I thought was, I didn't really expect that. So how do you actually play? The game consists of 2 teams, each of 4 players. You need a curling stone, a curling broom, the sheet of ice, and special shoes. There are 4 players per team, and then there's 10 ends in a game, and an end is kind of like a baseball inning. So each team takes turns throwing a stone. 1 player throws the stone while the other 3 sweep the ice, and sweeping is done for 2 reasons: to reduce the friction between the ice and the stone, and to decrease the amount of curl. So basically you can control the speed and the direction of the stone. And also you may have noticed a lot of yelling in the video, and that's because it's essential that the thrower communicate with the sweepers so they know how to sweep, where to sweep, to guide the stone onto the bullseye. And the bullseye, they like to call it in the house, and that's the goal, to get the stone in the house. So each player gets to throw 2 stones per inning. So that means there's 8 stones thrown per team per inning. So that ends up being 80 total stones, and it switches off between teams each time. Scoring is tallied up at the end of all 10 ends, and only stones that are in the house are counted. And in the house refers to the 12-foot radius around the bullseye. Only 1 team can score each inning, or each end, and you get 1 point for every stone that's closer to the bullseye than any of the other team's stones. So again, the goal is just to have as many stones as possible close to the bullseye before any of the opponent's stones. A typical curling match can last usually around 3 hours, so you're going to have a lot of patience if you want to watch a whole match. But according to the World Curling Confederation, they like to say that curling is a game of skill and tradition. A shot well executed is a delight to see, and it is also a fine thing to observe the time-honored traditions of curling being applied in the true spirit of the game. So I know from experience it's pretty hard to get into a game that you don't really understand or you don't really know the rules. So now that you guys know a little bit about it, hopefully next time you see it on TV you'll be able to appreciate it more.